did Cassie say? You get high, do what logic girl, on top of the world. I hope you have the time of your life. Don't lose it. He took the bomb. Hi guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Catherine, and today we're gonna talk about P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, Brother Love, being arrested on Monday, September the 16th. Now, I'm not laughing because it's a funny matter. I'm laughing because I'm actually surprised they arrested him. Now, we know how rich these men in Hollywood are, and their money talks, their money pays, their money passes. Even though they're guilty and obviously guilty of certain things, even the extent allegedly murder, they get away with it. They get away with it. It's not only P. Diddy. And I believe that his arrest is not going to only cause the downfall of his empire, but a lot of other pop stars' empire. I mean, the tapes, guys.
March of this year, special agents from HSI executed search warrants at Combs' residences in Miami and Los Angeles. They also executed a warrant for Combs' electronic devices. During those searches, agents seized evidence of the crimes charged in this indictment. They seized firearms and ammunition, including 3 defaced AR-15s and a large-capacity drum magazine. They also seized evidence of the freak-offs, electronic devices that contain images and videos of the freak-offs with multiple victims. And they seized cases of the kinds of personal lubricant and baby oil that Combs' staff allegedly used to stock hotel rooms for the freak-offs, more than 1,000 bottles altogether.
Since his wife's Kim Porter death in 2018, I feel like he has been on the FBI's radar. Her death is what started all of this to begin with. For decades, Sean Combs, aka Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, PD, Love. So they list all of his nicknames. They list all of them. They don't want you to not know who they're talking about, okay? They made it very clear right here. The defendant abused, threatened, and coerced women and others around him to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct. To do so, Combs relied on the employees, resources, and influence of the multifaceted business empire that he led and controlled, creating a criminal enterprise whose members and associates engaged in and attempted to engage in, among other crimes, sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arsons, bribery, and obstruction of justice. Now, I don't know if he's being charged with all of this, but these are what they're stating his crimes are. Now, for the sex trafficking, we already knew that from the Cassie lawsuit, and everything that was stated in her lawsuit is also a big part of this as well. From at least in or about 2008 through on or about the date of the filing of this indictment. So they're stating his crimes came from around 2008 all the way up to them writing this. The defendant and others known and unknown were members associate of a criminal organization, the Combs Enterprise or the Enterprise. They're stating that he made an empire that was basically there to support him to do his dirty business for the little freak-offs. I don't know if you guys don't know, Kim Porter is a model. She was an actress and former assistant for Diddy for 13 years.
An autopsy ruled Kim's death as a result of pneumonia.
I'm sorry, but what? They stated cause of death, pneumonia, and then there was a lot of conspiracy around her not actually dying from pneumonia. If he did not do it physically, he definitely did it emotionally, because he was physically, mentally, verbally, emotionally, he was all the allies to this woman, okay? All the women in this man's life suffered. When you are under a lot of stress, your immune system begins to weaken. So yeah, maybe she did contract pneumonia because her immune system was weak, and something as curable or as treatable as pneumonia, her body couldn't fight off because of the stress that she was under. I'm so happy that Cassie filed that lawsuit, because before that, and I'm gonna be honest, guys, before that, I was not aware of any of the bad stuff that Mr. Love was doing. I always liked Cassie. Her one song that I will always listen to with Nicki Minaj, she was definitely singing about Diddy, because I think that's when she no, I don't think so. Well, maybe she was subliminally, because she had that weird ass haircut in that music video. I'm just putting two and two together. She had that weird haircut that Diddy saw on another female and then wanted her to wear it.
And he Puff was looking up there. He saw this white woman. It was bottles on bottles on bottles around. It was lit. Puff jumped up. Me and Cassie sitting next to each other. My wife right here, Cassie right here. And then jumped off the butt, came over and said, yo, Cassie, tomorrow, I want you to shave the side of your head. And I was like, what the fuck kind of request is that? So when I'm like, what the fuck? So when I look up now, this white woman side of her head was shaved, my nigga. And the bitch looked good with it. So I'm looking at Cassie. I was like, well, you know about to do that, right? She said, well, I mean, whatever she wants, I'm going to do.
They were broken up yet. I think she wrote that song subliminally to just send a message like, hey, this is what you want. And Cassie entered a lawsuit where she stated he, verbally, mentally abused her and also forced her to have intercourses with other men in so-called freak offs. And we keep hearing the word freak offs. I'm tired of that word. Somebody copyright claimed that word from him, but whatever. That's what he and everyone else is calling it. And she filed this lawsuit. It was a civil suit because what had happened was the period for the actual criminal lawsuit had run out by the time she was ready. She sued him. I'm not sure how much she sued him for, but they settled for $30 million. She deserved more. Half of his estate should go to him, to her, sorry. I feel like half his estate should go to her. Up until a week ago, this man was walking around like he was in New York City. He was close to me, okay? In December 1999, Combs and Jennifer Lopez. So this is why I stated that a lot of your favorite pop stars names are gonna be called Justin Bieber, Usher, Jay-Z, Beyonce. We knew that Hollywood was dark, but I didn't. What am I lying to? I knew it was this. I knew it was this dark, and I feel like it's darker. Yeah, it's darker than Diddy. It's way past Diddy. In December 1999, Combs, Lopez, his bodyguard Anthony Wolf Jones, and the 21-year-old rapper Jamal Shine, a Combs protege, were involved in a disagreement at a club in New York in Manhattan that ended with gunfire and left 3 people injured. Combs and Jennifer and Jones left the club and led police on a chase through New York City that ended with police finding a stolen gun inside the car. Now, J-Lo, what were you doing? What were you doing in the car with P. Diddy? If my boyfriend at the time shoots someone in the face, I'm not then jumping in his car, because they're gonna arrest your ass and they're not gonna arrest me. They're not gonna arrest me. I'm not going down for you, sir. So you're gonna jump in your car and I'm gonna sit here, and when the police come, I'm gonna rat your ass out. Yes, I will. Yes, I will. For a weeks-long trial, Combs and Jones were acquitted but found Barrow guilty of 5 charges, including criminal possession of a weapon, first-degree assault, and reckless endangerment, though Barr was acquitted of attempted murder. This lady came out and said, I always told the judge, the jury, I told everyone, Diddy is the one that shot me and Barrow was not the one that had shot me. No one listened to her. No one listened. No one cared.
Yeah, and you have said since really right after the shooting that it was P. Diddy who shot you. I mean, I think you even said it to the doctor that night, right?
I said it immediately. I literally watched them pull out the guns. I've had a clear point of view. I mean, for God's sake, I got shot in my nose. I was facing them directly. I watched everything occur. and have described it, vehemently to all parties involved. His name was more notable. He was believed rather than a victim who gave a first-hand account. By the grace of God, I survived.
Yeah, and this was also a different time. I mean, things were very, very different in 1999. I mean, did you sense right from the beginning that no one believed you?
This is why I say his money talks, and he's so involved in the law enforcement, because they arrested the guy that they knew wasn't guilty, and they charged him with her assault and the assault of the two other victims. This man spent 9 years in prison for something he didn't do, while the victim of the crime that he had been charged of, at least one of the victims, were saying, no, he didn't do it, that man did it. Why am I saying that's crazy? That's not really crazy. That's justice. That's justice. That's how the law works.
Diddy is going to jail.
Definitely.
Quite some time ago, I talked about Puff Daddy. I talked about Homeland Security raiding his residence. When I talked about this, I made it clear that when Homeland Security comes after you, there's going to be charges. When we talked about the charges, as of today, he's been arrested.
Because Homeland Security don't mess around. They're the big guys. They don't come for small things. This thing goes so deep. He had his own Ghislaine Maxwell. Why is this such a recurring thing in the media? Like one man with all this power and a woman. In society, it's sad, but women are sometimes trusted more than men for obvious reasons. But at the same time, guys, don't trust anyone.
They got all of his nicknames listed on the indictment. Puff, Sean Combs, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, Diddy, PD, and Love.
They didn't miss a name.
He has charged with racketeering. What is racketeering? The simplest way to describe it is racketeering is like some mob shit. It's literally saying that you have a legal organization, but what the government says is your legal organization is doing illegal shit and trying to hide it. And that's what they're saying about Puff Daddy, that you have an organization, that boy, take that. And they're all engaged in doing illegal stuff to promote the overreaching goals of the enterprise, which is you, Diddy. I expect as far as that racketeering count, they're going to be naming a bunch of other people, and all those people will eventually cooperate and snitch on Diddy going down. Number two, which I thought...
But also, don't be surprised if one of your favorites names are going to be called, because he had a lot of tapes of a lot of people doing stuff. He was friends with a teenage Justin Bieber. He's known for these freak stuff for not just women, but men too. So take what you will with that.
Very interesting in talking about the massive indictment is a couple of things. They talk about the fact in this enterprise, they call it freak-offs. They mention freak-offs throughout the point in the indictment. They say after freak-offs, Combs
and I don't like freak-offs. I don't like the term freak-offs. I want them to call it coercement. Call it that, because what he would do is he would let them take drugs, and then after they take the drugs and they're on the high of the drugs, there will have to be a low. So what he will do is have the IV there, and the IV is to replenish their energy, take more drugs, and then they're back to it. That's why it's called a freak off, because it would continue for days on days, hours on hours. You thought 3 days? No, a month. Yes. That's how long they would be going for. I'm not even going deep in depth. I'm keeping it at surface level right here. It goes way deeper. And I just want to know how that affects Beyonce's career. I'm sorry, I really don't care about Jay-Z, but I know he's tied to Beyonce. I just want to know how this affects Beyonce. That's all I want to know. Now, I'm gonna stay close to this story. I love when dark things come to light. I love when people's karma is coming for them, because this is his karma. What does it take to be just a decent person? Not even a decent person, just a person. Because he's not a person, he's weird. How can you feel that good with so many bodies? Not even a shower can cleanse him right now. Not bleach, not any disinfectant, nothing can cleanse him. Not even the Holy Ghost and the Holy Spirit and holy water and an anointment could fix that man. Nothing. Guys, Thank you for the love that you've been showing. You guys have been watching, you guys have been subscribing. This is kind of new to me, but I have the hope to bring more videos to you guys. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Hopefully, it's not about P. Diddy. Bye.
He took the bomb.